I decided when I was between 8 and 10 years old is when I decided I wanted to be a DJ. I remember getting one of those Radio Shack kits. It's a little thing you connect the wires and everything, and you could broadcast on an FM channel, but it would only go to like the next room in your house. I grew up listening to Wolfman Jack. I wanted to be Wolfman Jack. I would call and DJs would put me on the air doing different voices and stuff. And I was DJing in high school. I would DJ outside the cafeteria during all four lunches, which meant I got out of classes to do this. When I didn't get into radio until I guess my early 20s when I moved from New Orleans to San Antonio. I was just on Showtime for funniest person in America, and it was a competition like Star Search, but it was just for comedians. And I placed third to Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen won first, and
Wow.
so I used to tell people, Ellen beat me out of funniest person in America, and that's when she got her big break. That was 1984, and that's when she took off to L.A. with my girlfriend. But I also became a father that year, and the mother of my child was from San Antonio, so I decided to go to San Antonio to be near them. And I went to a club called Kramer's on Walsham Road, and I asked them about a job as DJ. They said, well, they were pretty happy. I said, but I don't just DJ. I have like a guitar and a trumpet, and I lip sync in Panama and everything. And I said, yeah, have you ever heard of Wolfman Jack? And the manager said, yeah, sure. I said, well, in a recent survey, people asked them rock and roll music. And he goes, wait right here. And then he goes in the office and he calls Mike Kramer, and they call me in the next day. So, make a long story short, I DJ'd at Kramer's for a couple of years. And then Mary Lanou, I'm sure you know Mary. Mary came in as a sales rep to get Kramer's to run some radio spots. Everybody out here in Radio Land. And then he stops me, he goes, same thing to manager. He goes, would you wait right here for a minute? And he walks out, and he comes back with Lee Woods. And he tells Lee Woods, he says, all right, do that again. And I did it, and Lee Woods' face just lit up. And he goes, man, would you do some drops for me? And I didn't know what a drop was, but he wrote it out. And I if I remember right, it was something like AMA-60. Hell no, keeping the faith, they keeping the rock rolling, baby. And that's all it was. So I did the commercial, and I did the drop, and then I ended up going to Miami, Florida, to work on the movie Cocoon Part 2. They actually saw me. One of the producers saw me DJing at Kramer's and hired me to go to Miami and entertain them and DJ for them. The Maureen Stapleton, Wilford Brimley, Ron Howard, all these legends. And it was just awesome. Wow. So I was there for like 3 months. I come back into San Antonio, and I put on Kono, and I hear me. AMA-60, FM 101, KONO, keeping the faith, keeping the rock rolling. Oh, hey, that's that thing I did. So I called Lee Woods the next day, and he's like, my boy. He's like, oh, happy to hear from me. And I said, hey, man, I've been hearing that drop I did for you. He goes, oh, yeah, man, they love it. I said, well, how about a job? He goes, come on down and talk to me. So I went in, and they put me on the air doing Monday nights. It's like, that was my name, the Monster of Rock. Nobody knew what I looked like. It was all mysterious. And it was just a blast. So that's how I got into radio. But someone went on vacation, and I filled in for him for the week. Well, turned out they gave me his slot because the numbers were so good. I really felt horrible about that. I really did. And it's, that's the thing about radio. You never know who's listening. The president of the United States could be listening. You never know. That's one of my big things is too about that. Because to me, music is therapy, you know, and the things you say and things that come out of our mouths and the music that we play, it has an effect on people. It
Yes.
can be negative, or it can be positive. And to always be doing positive is a good feeling. And when you get feedback from people that tell you that, you know, I've had people tell me I've saved their lives, you know, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Just because it's something you said on the air, or a particular song that you played that they needed to hear right at that moment. It's just amazing.